Okay, this one is a very long question on vectors, so you got to be patient to get through the whole question. The first part of the question will need you to remember how do you convert a coordinate to a position vector. So if they give you a chord dot coordinate, do remember that you can convert it to a position vector. And using this position vector, you do the fill in the blank. So if you would like to find out PQ, do a fill in the blank. And do remember, okay, if OP is 4 minus 3, PO will actually be the negative of OP. So you need to be careful of the difference in sign. So that's how I get a minus 4, 3. Okay, so sometimes this will be the sign that makes you have careless mistake. So we do the fill in the blank and that will give us a PQ successfully. Then subsequently, we move on to the next part. They gave another coordinates again. Even though this coordinate has an unknown, you can still convert to a position vector. And they gave you kind of a relationship. So they gave you a relationship, PR is equal to KPQ. So when you see such a relationship, you should make use of the PQ that you already found here. So they are leading you on. So that's the reason why they ask you to find PQ. So subsequently, if I want to use this relationship, I should try to get a PR. So I'm going to do a fill in the blank for PR. And after this, I can insert the PR here into the relationship. So this will be the PR that I have found. Then the PQ is found from the previous part. Okay. Subsequently, if you can make use of the relationship, you got the PR and PQ, you feel that it becomes something like matrices. You multiply in the K, you compare the top, you compare the bottom. So if you find that if you do the comparison of the top and you do the comparison of the bottom, you will be able to get your H and K. So this question is actually quite easy. So if you remember that a coordinate can be converted to a position vector, do your basic fill in the blank. Okay. So the next part is a brand new question. They gave you a brand new diagram. So when they give you a brand new diagram, do make a point to read the information. So for example, they gave us a vector. So do observe where the vector is. So this whole thing is a vector A. Then vector B only stops here. Okay, and slowly you must process the ratio. So I gotten this ratio 2 unit, and then this whole thing is like a 3 units. So how I process it? Mentally, I'm thinking something like this. I'm thinking like 2 unit is vector B. 1 unit will be half B. So in my head, I process like this. So because I process like this, then I can get my 3 units. So my 3 units will be 3 times half B. And that's how I gotten the BC. So I actually process the ratio first. And while processing the ratio, I actually come up with more vectors. And subsequently, because of this, I managed to get the whole vector as well. I will get the whole vector as a 5 over 2b. So just by processing the ratio that is provided, you can actually come up with more vectors here. So you can just write the vectors there. Then I got another ratio. This one is 1 unit, and then this part is 2 units. So at the moment, I just keep the ratio in mind first. Okay, so subsequently next, I'm supposed to find AC. So again, I go for filling in the blank. So when I try to fill in the blank, the vector that I processed from the ratio actually comes in useful. So that's how I gotten the AC in this manner. So I make use of the ratio, I process the ratio in a very primary school thinking. Okay, the next part, I'm supposed to find XB. So you have to realize XB is actually part of AB. So you need to realize XB is actually part of AB. So what I should do is, I should do a fill in the blank for AB first. And then, how is it related to AB? You realize that this is 2 units, AB is 3 units. So in fact, XB is 2/3 of AB. So that's how I get my XB. So please don't forget the tail. So all you're dealing with vectors. So this will be the easy part. The difficult part is usually the last one. So I'm going to erase off everything first. So the last one, you need to be a bit more patient. Read and go and find out where is the trapezium. So follow the description. Y is a point on OC. So it must be on OC so that AXYC. So the meaning of AXYC means you will join. You will join A to X. You will join X to Y. And Y must be on OC. So it should be parallel. So this is where I get the trapezium. So the property of trapezium would have given you a pair of parallel lines. So you must be able to draw out the trapezium first. And then your job is to find X, Y. So how am I supposed to do that? So first of all, because of the parallel line, I manage to see a pair of similar triangle. So I managed to see a pair of similar triangle. So I am not proving the similar triangle because it's not part of the question. So I'm just indicating that that is a similar triangle so that I can use the ratio. So remember just now there's this ratio that I have not used. So this is 1 unit, this is 2 unit. And if you can deduce that it's a similar triangle, that means this will have been 2 units, this will have been 1 unit as well. So in fact, you can use the ratio from the similar triangle to find some vectors. So eventually I will need to find my xy, and I'm going to do a fill in the blank. So my xy, I'm going to fill in the blank, xb plus by. So I'm going to create my by because I already gotten my xb. So do you realize that you already gotten your xb from the previous question? So I just need to focus on finding my by. And by is actually 2/3 of bc. So where is my bc? I already gotten my bc previously. So I can find my by. So I fill in the blank to find my xy in this question. So if you look carefully, like one part leads you to another. So they always have reason to help you, to lead you on. So this one is helping here. And in the previous part A, you realize that this one is also helping this one. So there's always a link why they are asking you to do a certain part. So if let's say each part are linked, you better make sure that you don't make careless mistake. Otherwise, you find that there will be a chain effect. And then by the time you discover, it's very time consuming to correct all the careless mistakes.